scrolling through your phone, when suddenly the entire room shifts. It is not an earthquake, and it is not a gust of wind. It is the literal ground beneath your feet, moving at a speed it has never reached before. We all know that Earth spins at roughly 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. But what happens if that speed suddenly jumps by just 1 single mile per hour? It sounds insignificant, right? A 1 mile per hour increase is less than a casual walking pace. But when we are talking about planetary physics, even a tiny nudge can trigger a global chain reaction that would rewrite the map and change your daily life forever. This is not just a math problem. It is a survival scenario that affects everything from the weight of your body to the height of the oceans. To understand the chaos, we first have to talk about water. Our planet is not a perfect sphere. It is actually a bit fat around the middle because the centrifugal force of our rotation pushes the oceans toward the equator. If the Earth suddenly speeds up by 1 mile per hour, that outward push gets stronger, almost instantly. Billions of gallons of seawater would begin migrating from the poles toward the center of the globe. This is not a slow leak. In places like northern Australia, Brazil, or Central Africa, the sea level would rise significantly. Low-lying coastal cities would find themselves underwater within days as the ocean re-levels itself to account for the new speed. If you live in London or New York, you might see the tide come in and simply never go out again. Your favorite beach would not just be smaller, it would be gone. But the weirdness does not stop at the shoreline. It actually gets into your head, or more specifically, your scale. Because the Earth is spinning faster, the centrifugal force pulling you away from the planet increases. Gravity stays the same, but the counterforce gets a tiny boost. This means you would actually weigh less. If you stepped on a scale at the equator, after this jump in speed, you would notice you are a fraction of an ounce lighter. It is not enough to make you float like an astronaut, but it is enough to throw off high-precision scientific instruments. Every satellite orbiting our planet would suddenly be in the wrong place. GPS systems would glitch out because their orbital calculations are based on the old rotation speed. Your phone might tell you that you are standing in the middle of a lake when you are actually in your driveway. Then there is the atmosphere. The air we breathe is not stuck to the Earth. It is dragged along by it. If the solid ground suddenly kicks it up a notch, the atmosphere has to catch up. This creates massive wind shear and changes in global weather patterns. A 1 mile per hour shift might not sound like much, but it could turn a mild breeze into a permanent windstorm in certain corridors. Hurricanes would likely become more frequent and more intense because they feed off the Earth's rotation to get their spin. The climate belts we rely on for farming would start to drift, potentially turning lush fields into dust bowls. It is a domino effect, where a small kick at the start leads to a massive atmospheric headache. Earth is a finely tuned machine where every speed and angle matters. While a 1 mile per hour increase wouldn't end the world tomorrow, it would force us to rebuild our entire civilization. We would have to move cities, recalibrate every piece of technology we own, and learn to live on a planet that is slightly more aggressive than it used to be. It is a chilling reminder of how much we rely on the planet staying exactly as it is. If you found this deep dive into planetary physics fascinating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more what-if scenarios. What other tiny changes do you think would break the world? Let me know in the comments below.